Hello, Symphony of Tubers again. Welcome back to Let's Play Symphony of War, the Nephilim Saga. I think we're at episode 6, maybe? Something like that. Maybe episode 5. Probably episode 6, I think. And it's our stream number 2, so I've changed a bunch of stuff. And I feel really bad. It's actually very frustrating. I don't want to get into it too much right now, but reinstalled Windows, reinstalled my streaming software, and everything is just so messed up. I'm having a really hard time getting things working. So if the audio sounds different than last episode, yep, I know. I'll try to figure out how it's going, but it's going to be very hard to get identical settings back. So for people in chat, live tubers, no chat bots today. Maybe I'll get that working next stream if I can figure it out. And future tubers and everyone, yeah, audio graphic settings might be slightly different for a little while. And that's just how it is. I wish I had a better migration plan, basically, but I don't have a very good migration plan. So anyway, last episode we got the Dragon Girl, I think, right? And Abigail. So I did a tiny bit of squad operations between episodes. I gave Abigail one of those leadership apple medals, and then threw in Schminchkin, did one arena battle, and that was enough for Nibbler to grow up into a real dragon, not just a drakeling. So that's pretty cool. You can see kind of the difference. He gained a bunch of stats by upgrading, which is what you'd expect. Other than that, did we change anything else, live tubers? I don't think I changed much. Promoted one of these guys to spear guy. He needs 25 strength as a base fighter to be a sword guy, which is, of course, the superior sword guy. And other than that, I think everything looks pretty samey. I don't want to get too bogged down in squad management yet. We've got lots more to... Once we have a much larger squad, more money, more stuff to go around with, we'll buy more stuff. Yeah, so I did one arena and just sold the stuff. I've still got one more arena token. Maybe I'll try to do like one arena per chapter, give or take, and see how it feels. So we do have one conversation. Ankylas, you honor me with your presence. I've got so many questions for you, Diana. Is your purpose unclear? Well, it's about the temple. What's the deal with the priestesses and the temple devotees? The Sisterhood of Mercy are a separate holy order. The Sisterhood of Justice and the male paladins take their direction from me, and I am second in command to Grand Master Oxley. Righto. What's this bond you have with Adelia? She is tasked with caring for my son and providing support for me, in addition to her duties as the Sisterhood of Mercy. It was Adelia who crafted me this ruby amulet to remind me of my home. A small comfort ever since I was sanctioned for war. You were sanctioned? All female potentials must bear at least one child before they are put in harm's way. After Alex was born, I began my paladin training. Alright, so who's the dad? He was a devout man who sacrificed much and became one of the temple's most beloved. He and I have lost contact. I try not to let it become part of my thoughts. Oh, I'm sorry. This is getting a little too personal. It matters not. If the temple deems it so, it shall be so. Alex has my whole heart, and I now have my duty as mother to a future temple devotee. So when do you, get to enjoy life? Consider it is far more enjoyable for a paladin to live as a warrior, ready to destroy evil in any form it takes. By that point of view, my life is enjoyable beyond description. That's kind of, refreshing, I guess. At least there's some semblance of order in this crazy world. Your open mind and open heart are refreshing. Please do not hesitate to share your company with me. Alright. The Breath of Fire glowy text boxes. Very nice. So, just a real quick friendship recap. In the current group, we've only made friends with Diana. And Zelos is missing. Jules is missing. And Barnabas is missing. And, whereas Diana is still friends with Stefan. We don't know who these people are. But I guess that's her son and her son's ward, whatever we're calling that. We've got Abigail, who's, sister to Jules, but he's not around, and Stefan. So those are our heroes for now, and we'll see how that goes later. Let's keep moving, I think. Did I miss anything? Somebody was like, you should spend all your money on sunstones. We've got lots of sunstones right now. I really want to make sure I've got money for good mercenaries. And they can be very expensive. Much more than that, so. Until I get a little bit more, I'm gonna save up. Let's go. I'll buy cheap things, like 100 gold, 200 gold. But I'll save the 1,000 gold stuff for important things. The time for subtle measures has passed. Tide Reapers. Our objective is Fort Naxos. Surround the fortress and have no mercy. They send Kuroda. Hell's bells. They're not messing around. This guy's got killing in his blood. Ankylas, some powerful folks want your hides. Ankylas, we could use your knowledge. Tactical support. I do like the idea that the Ankylas, or Ankylo, whatever you're playing as, is like the strategic mastermind. It reminds me a bit of the Game Boy Advanced Fire Emblem, where you're playing as like the tactician for the group, which is kind of cool. The temple is not accustomed to open battlefield. Okay, well, we're outnumbered, so the standard move is to secure a defensive bottleneck. We might try to take the small forts by the river. It's slightly better than being overwhelmed. Right, we'll follow your command, Ankylas. Donar, be with us. Alright, let's get this. We can deploy 7 more squads on top of the Ankylas. So we've got like are they? It's a mostly horse bow unit. So bow cav. We've got another bow cav up here. We've got a whole. So there's a lot of horses. So spears would be good on this map, no doubt. No bridge down here, and also a bazaar. So we would really like to go shopping here before we wrap the episode up. Yeah, other news, you gotta seize everything, like Port Genos, Port Town. Defeat Kuroda, so we've actually got a boss down here. There we go. He's pretty strong, level 18. That's a lot of levels, a lot of stats. And 11 turns. And ideally, we can actually lose a challenge by letting someone effectively attack us while we're guarding there. So we need to move down, guard this point, push over here, and try to get all the treasure chests and everything too. One thing to note, eventually we'll see some treasure chests that disappear. You have to grab them quickly or they disappear. Alright, so what are we going to do? I'm going to send... I have exactly enough squads right now, so I'm going to send... I need strong people to go south. So I'm going to send Diana and Abigail south. Send Awesome Guy to the left. Maybe with Stefan. Although Stefan and Diana are kind of a team. I'm going to send Jaystine up. And maybe he might be okay on his own, honestly. Not that Bakhiel's going to be able to do much, but he's got a little bit of backup. A little bit of backup. Oh, I thought I had exactly... I could have made one more squad. Oh, well. Alright, so we are going to attack that dude. Okay. Like this. And I'm even going to be cautious... just to get some damage in, and then maybe Stefan can finish them off. Try to avoid taking too much damage. Although maybe killing one of these guys would have been better. But... nah, this is... yeah, we're good. Oh, I should check what the enemy levels are too, just approximately, so... we're looking at level 8 or so, just like the arena would have been, so... alright. I wonder if we put someone in Kuroda's range, if he will charge up. Because we could put Diana right there. Get that started right away. I think these guys are going to start charging towards us right away.
Ready.
Yeah, so I'm going to have Ankylas finish this one off. Maybe even surrender them? Yeah, nice. And then this way, Diana can honestly just hold the gate. Diana's very strong. I think she'll be fine. And Stefan can grab the stables and is in range to support her. So I figure that's a pretty good combo. And if he needs to go down the bridge, he can as well. Then I'm going to send Abigail to hold the fort. It's a pretty defensive spot if anyone comes that way. And then on the north side, I can't quite make it there. I could block it, but they're just going to shoot us with arrows. So I think we just put these two units in the forest. We'll take less damage and I don't know if Backheel can even survive it. We'll find out. I'll put him up there. At least he gets forest defense. Okay, they just targeted the closest unit anyway, so that's kind of just breaks even, but we might even be able to get an ambush on them depending on where they move. I think the enemy doesn't do a whole lot of cantoing after they attack. Like, they could, but they don't do it all that often. Yeah, so these guys are charging up. I'm not sure if Kuroda will also attack, but we'll see. Oh, yeah. Let's see. How dangerous is this guy? Oh. Pretty dangerous. Shh. I may have made a mistake. I mean... not great. I forgot they'd get to back attack. I should have thought about that. If we hadn't let him get first strike, we could have just attacked him first, and it probably would have been much better for us. Oh wait, we have some friends. Looks like we're right on time. Ankylas, don't count us out yet. The army's gonna have our heads if they find out about this. You sure you're okay with this, guys? I've never known Ankylas to be sinister. There's something fishy going on, and she needs our help. That's pretty gutsy, Jules. We're way past worrying about the army now, kiddos. We're criminals. But no time for belly aching. Let's get our butts over to the position, Ankylas' position. Alright, so Diana's didn't have the best turn ever. There is a temple to help out if I want. Now, on the plus side, this would be an ambush. Oh, jeesh. I think. Actually, I don't know if this...
Oh, sorry. Did you need something?
Test something out here. It would be an ambush. I mean, that's pretty nice. Robertus. I think we just hold these guys with Awesome Guy and Ankylas, and we're going to use Stefan to finish this guy off. And I'm going to have Diana just go try to heal up.
A paladin never surrenders.
As long as she's, like, in that tile, she should be fine. Because,
Bet you didn't see this one coming.
the boss is pretty strong, it turns out. Do I go cautious or offensive? They might... they could attack Stefan. Let's try to make sure Stefan has some defense here. Alright, we still got the boss. That's perfect then. That means we take less damage from the enemies. Which... This is not a very tanky front line, so... I will not throw away my life for this employer, for this mission. Hey, and that was we didn't have to do that, technically. We could have just tried to defend. So, you know, it wasn't too strong. Alright, let's see... Let's see if we can just force our way through these guys. Hey, there's Garcia. Well, getting dodges is not helpful. Oh, jeez, so much damage. Brutal. Dang, double crits. I didn't think these guys had that much morale, but they were doing okay. Well, one thing we can do in these sorts of situations is the old shuffling. So at least the person up front now has lots of hit health. Alright, and yeah, other important factors. You know, Barnabas is back. I haven't had a chance to turn his units into cavalry yet, but we'll get there. And Sybil's back. And also our all archer unit. Great. Let's, this guy's choke pointing us a bit. I'm not in a huge rush. I think what I'll do is I'll have Barnabas attack this guy and then Canto down. And then Sybil and Jules can capture, and then all these 5 together can kind of move down at the same time. And that way we should be able to get past this Peter dude.
You got a plan?
It is a charge bonus. At least it might be. I don't know, they got spears, so might not work. Turns out Barnabas is pretty awesome. Cavalry is good. Alright, so done. I guess that's convenient. Okay, I'm
They'll notice this one for
gonna let Sybil seize. And these guys, so this guy's not gonna move. He can't move. This guy would move up and he would get an ambush. Well, not an ambush, but he'd get back attacks because he's got a bunch of rogues. So we want to stay out of his range for now.
Strong, everyone.
It's Jules' infantry. I was thinking if I put him here, I might be able to get like an ambush next round if you move from here to here. But he cannot do that as he's not light infantry. Okay, that side looks pretty good. This side is passable. This side's a bit scary. I mean, we could just block the roads. We have more defense in the forts, or we could just attack. I would let them shoot us with arrows. I think, like, there's a reasonably good chance these guys just charge and try to kill Stefan anyway.
I must not fail.
I think I like this. And this way we can select cautious as well, which means if they all target her next time, she won't take as much damage on the enemy phase. And we get, like, this is a very strong unit. Sure, they dodged a bunch of attacks, but, yeah, look at this. This is a good unit. I like it. Honestly, dragons are super powerful. Super overpowerful. Too powerful. Alright, we expected this. That's the advantage for us. So now they get a big group. Dang. We're getting a lot of, like, half damages. I don't like that. A lot of, like, the armor block kind of thing. Alright, yeah. See, they were going straight for Stefan. Well, sheesh. This unit's nearly dead. I gotta say, I'm not a huge fan of most of the light infantry, really. I like that defense, that armor. Ooh, that was pretty close. Alright, so that worked out. I guess if the other guy hadn't attacked Stefan, but had attacked her, she might have had some deaths there. That was the worst decision this guy could have made, was just attacking the archers. All right.
Repent before the righteous.
One
I
tile off.
love this part.
The battle lies before me.
Gross. If someone could get to this square, then I could
Where am I now?
Kanto her in there, but
Getting real thirsty.
can't do
here.
it. I think I put too many units up this way. I think we could just let the reinforcements handle everything on the right side, but... ah, well. I didn't want to spoil that I knew they were coming. This guy can move 6 squares. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, he can't even make it that far.
How can I help, my lord?
I mean, would it be worth just going for... I don't think we get any kills like that. We might have to wait one more turn to get everyone set up. Unless we want them to attack us, which I think would be a bad idea.
I'm just getting started.
Everyone gets a chance to group up. I wasn't expecting to be able to get Jules this far down this quickly anyway, so it's fine. I could also put him on this mountain and attack the defenders, but then the... yeah, he just take too much damage. That's fine. Okay, so I think... I have to use blue to handle Raphael.
A paladin never surrenders.
Resurrecting stuff is
Sorry. Did you need
the cost of doing business.
The time to act is now.
Can we aggressive it? I bet you we can kill the front 2 on aggressive. Some massive archer damage. Alright, and this group is definitely just barely hanging in there. We could just heal. But I think we can keep our cautious attack up. Might get the boss, and gives us a chance to heal and take a bit less damage, maybe. Okay, and then the one guy with 1 hit point would have been nice. But... this is still a good deal for us. All right, I'd say we're doing well. How many turns do we have left? Well, you have to defend. I guess I didn't mention this. The overall objective is 15 turns, but we're gonna beat everything in less than 11. So we're going real fast. Oh, right, this one. No, let's just try to get this. I want to keep my units alive if I can here. Good job. We're probably getting pretty close to Sminchkin being able to promote. If we can do that on this map, that'd be nice.
My friends are counting on me.
Yeah, just a couple more fights, probably. That's just Jules waiting, so that's fine. We're not gonna do it. I gotta make sure I actually can't kill everything until I get to the bazaar either, because I don't want to miss out on it. I think we actually healed more than we took damage from the archers. That was okay. Yeah, free surrender on the healer. Good stuff. Alright, so the left side's mostly covered other than the archer. We've got to try to make sure we get the treasure and the cap, though. So that's going to take a few turns. I should probably have blue help out. Because it's going to be like 1 turn, 2 turns, 3 turns at least. Maybe even 4 turns for Awesome Guy to do everything on his own. But we also need to, yeah. This is the trouble with the temples.
Repent before the righteous.
Bet you didn't see this.
Ah, but we can do my old trick here at least.
I love this part.
I think that's pretty clever. Alright, okay, we gotta take this... The goal for this turn is to take this castle, and,
I can do this.
I hate these assassins. Would be really nice to have some...
Ready.
cavalry down here that I could attack them before they get a turn to get a back attack us, because... I don't think the dragons can protect her. I think they'd still focus Abigail down if they get their first strike. Well, let's start up here. So this tile is dangerous. Let's see. My cavalry is coming. So I could just use Barnabas to break. And then he can probably canto up and charge next turn down to the next guy. Against these guys, I mean, Barnabas' group is great. He got stunned, though. That's not great. So we didn't actually get a full sweep, but... I think Barnabas is still pretty over-leveled himself. He's still level 20, yeah. It's pretty overpowered. Maybe I'll use Jaystine against the boss.
Here comes Sybil.
Sybil can't get far enough either. Okay, well, can't do what I was gonna do. We get yeah, we get surrender here. Good. I should be trying to get surrenders whenever we can because they give me more of the good stuff. More of that lovely faction XP. That's a decent amount of damage. Alright, so then Abigail... So this guy's got an archer, so he'll actually move a little bit further to the left. Similar there. So we could use blue to lure out the archer. I think we'll do that. In fact, I can put blue all the way into the mountains there. Oh, right, but I was like, do I need help over here? Well, let's find out if we can one-round this guy. Maybe. No, not even close. And they're probably not going to sacrifice, like, suicide themselves either. They're just going to move into range and just do an indirect shot. It's not like I can do anything about it.
For my homeland.
Alright, so he'll move up. He'll stay back. We could do the same kind of thing here to split these guys up a little bit. Just let them get a shot off. I do need to get that gems as well, though. Alright. We'll see if my tactics work out. We actually almost killed him on the counter, but... Alright, so he didn't actually go for the ranged attack. Oh, come on! Dodge, dodge, dodge. Okay, we almost killed the front row, but yeah, that was bad. That's this is fine. Hey, there we go. Schminchkin's ready to go. Yeah, that's also fine. Okay, so the way this works... I don't know if these two will be able to help at all. This is fairly automatic because we got to move down and then get the. We can surrender. We gotta get the treasure and the capture down here before we end the turn. We also have to leave one enemy alive, so there's that. I think. What am I doing? Come on, Blue. Surrender. Toolkit. Oh, that's kind of a neat thing. We'll show that off later. I think... Okay, so victory, you have to destroy all enemy squads and seize the port. So as long as we can kill everything as long as we don't seize. When we seize it and kill everything, the battle ends. But we want to get all the treasure and the other stuff. So... What I think we have to do here is have Abigail pivot over this way.
I must be brave.
That sucks. Man.
Notice this one for sure.
Can't shuffle cavalry.
School is in
Well. This guy's position is just way too smart. Same thing over there. Just out of range. Well. I mean, Abigail can take out Elliot, but that leaves Ankylas not supported at all. I could go into the fort and attack and just hope. That's not good.
Stay strong, everyone.
Well, let's start with the sort of obvious Jules attack here. This is like the least important unit for us to kill, but because we're not in a rush. But what else can Jules do? And then Sybil. Don't support now. Cav can't shuffle with other Cav.
Here comes Sybil, ready or not.
I don't know if this is a great idea, but I'm gonna go aggressive. I think we got lucky that our mages didn't get stunned, because we could have lost their attacks if the sorceress had hit them. Ooh, a free action on a mage is actually very, very lucky. Because usually they only get one attack, so that's a big power up. All right, well that group's basically dead. Let's let Blueankylo try to get some XP then. I mean, we could probably just go for the surrender again. Probably. You probably get a bit more leadership growth when you force surrenders as well, I bet you.
Master Sergeant awaiting orders.
Maybe could have gone for a surrender here. Probably could have. Okay, just don't capture that right now. And, well, I guess we just gotta start gathering treasure. Medal of Valor. Ooh. Right. This is the hardest part.
My friends are counting on me.
Well, let's make sure that this group can't attack blue, at least. Wow. I wonder if the developers messed around with some of the evade formula or the dodge. I feel like I'm seeing a lot more dodges this time around than I did on my last playthrough. Because that was not a good round for us.
I must stay strong.
I don't know if this is the way to do it, but I'm just going to try to heal up. I think what's going to happen is they're just going to sneak attack us and cause even more damage, but at least we're in the fort with some health. Probably should have taken it a little bit slower, waited a little bit longer. Okay, that only did 29 damage to blues. So this was good. That would give us even more healing. By that unit going first, let us heal up a little bit more before the sneak attack. Alright. Didn't kill anybody. Alright, well. 91 damage. That was pretty impressive, I must say. So, I'm sure it was because we're in the fort. Fort defense is a fairly significant bonus. I think this is the last enemy unit. Not great. I guess this level must be too high. Oh yeah, they're already level 10. Gotcha. Okay, well that pretty much frees us up. I think, unless I've really, like, we've had a couple deaths which were unfortunate. But I think we've got lots of time. Like, yeah, we could have gone a little bit slower for sure. We did not need to rush as much as we did.
A paladin never surrenders.
Oh, sorry. Did you need something?
Donar be with
I can do this. The battle lies.
She can't do this, as it turns out. But you can. Alright, so we'll have, J-Steen go pick the... I mean, I don't need to pick it up. Like, I just kind of get into, like, minimum turn thinking. Like, oh, the minimum number of turns would be to grab it roll right now. But we don't have to be that fancy.
They'll notice this one for sure.
Okay, shop. Let's see if there's anything good. Alright, there you go. Our first properly unique mercenary. So Tariq the Wicked, he's got a name. He's got some traits. He's a well, they're all mercenaries here. There's another dragon. Maybe we'll pick up the dragon and the unique ones. I would like to get all the unique mercenaries if I can. And this could be the leader of a horsebow squad. His leadership's pretty bad, but we'll get there. And we'll just buy all the dragons. Because there's generally just one dragon per bazaar. These guys are strong, but they're not unique, and they're not, they don't have any really good perks. And then extra stuff. Alright. Well, always buy arena tokens. Always buy light affinity. Strength up, sure. Iron's pretty cheap. We can use that. Ooh, a healing power boosting hammer. That's cool. Sure. Expensive stuff. That's a lot of money. I don't know. We'll have to think about that. I'll buy some more traits because they're pretty cheap. And then this is a passive heal, which is pretty good. It uses 3 capacity, and you just get 10% passive healing every turn. So that's not a huge difference, but you could have a unit with no healers, and this is a way to keep them in the fight longer, basically. It's probably worth picking up. See, this is why I want to save my money. It's gone pretty quick. We definitely want to do some more arena fights and sell some more stuff. And then this one, this is definitely like magic-focused armor. Plus 8 magic is pretty big bonus, and no downside. A lot of times the magic boosting gear has like minus strength or minus HP or something. I think this is a more dubious purchase, but we'll purchase it anyway. Because we're going to get a bunch of money, and it's fine. Okay. We just need to pick up this last treasure. Yeah, if we had a little bit more optimal turn order, we could have got... I think if we'd killed this guy one turn earlier, we could have actually beat the map right now with everything achieved in 6 turns. So, like, the turn timer is actually pretty generous. I was definitely too aggressive. So, the reason we had a couple deaths... Not permadeaths, because we're not permadeath. And in fact, even with permadeath on,
I must not fail.
the only person in trouble would actually be Abigail.
Brave.
We'd have to go... Actually, no, this is HPT. She's not dead. So technically, even if we had permadeath on, as long as we had res them, which you can do with permadeath, before we ended the turn like we did, this would have been a full win. It's still pretty early on in the game, David, but yeah, I don't think it's too bad in general. Alright, let's get that last treasure. Disarm trait. Okay. And pretty sure that's everything done. Yeah. Because you could technically win this fight by using it as a defense mission, but we're still, wow, we're still in the early game. That's a lot of money there too. That was good. Alright, all objectives, 7 turns, although I'm sure we could do a little bit better. We did get some captures at least, and faction rank up, which means more tech. Port Genos. Who's this fella? Thank you for coming prior to your army's departure. You certainly are the trusting type. Who are you? My name is Lysander. Lysander? General Lysander of the Imperial Army? Yes, I know of you from the Academy. Seems we've never crossed paths before. I just thought you'd be older. Pushes glasses up. How did you know where to find me? All that matters now is that I come to you with a warning. News is already spreading. Empress Florina was murdered. War is imminent. The Empress's death has opened old wounds, sparked old rivalries. The two strongest dukes, Lothair and Terranor, have mobilized their armies. It's civil war, and it's just a matter of time. Oh, very good. Good game. Lysander, there's got to be more to this, and you know who. Careful what you say, Enkilas. The Prime Minister is very popular among the people. He has surrounded himself with powerful allies. Then you believe he's responsible for the murder? Come on, just say it. He's been obsessed with becoming emperor for so long, he'd do anything. Even murder my best friend and throw me in jail. You must keep your voice down. There are those among us in the Imperial Army who think as you do. Do not act rashly. Casimir will make a mistake eventually. For now, you should stay with the temple. When I have collected enough evidence to expose Casimir, I'll find you. Until then, I trust you'll keep this meeting to yourself? Of course. It's kind of a weird one. Just randomly meet with the general of the Imperial Army. Let's make a new save slot here. I like that there's like a million save slots. Enkilas and the Doneri Temple achieved a stunning victory in the defense of Fort Naxos and liberate the area from the Tide Reaver menace. Having taken heavy losses, Tide Reaver commander Kuroda orders a retreat back to sea. The Tide Reaver occupation came with this cost to the region. The locals have been plundered dry, and some have been taken as slaves to work for whoever will buy them from the Tide Reavers. Enkilas considers that it was only her presence that invited such despair upon the people. As Enkilas and the Donari warriors prepare to board their ships at Port Genos, a storm arrives, blocking the direct sea route. While this presents a problem for Enkilas, the retreating Tide River fleet seems to be caught in the worst of it. More pirates. Maybe a sea battle. Every good Fire Emblem game has a sea battle. Okay, so we're gonna end the episode in a second here. Maybe I'll do a couple more things here before. First off, tech. We gotta do the tech. We got 8 points. Hey there, Rob. Let me see if there's anything I want to work towards. We need 3 more tier 2 techs of any sort to get tier 3. And if we spend 6 points on tier 2, we won't be able to afford any tier 3. So we're not getting any tier 3s this time, but we could unlock it for the next rank up if we really wanted something early. Like, I'm just gonna say Magician's Initiative is sure nice if you're bringing mages. Also, changing unit types from slow to normal or normal to light. We don't have any Dragoons yet. What am I looking for? Healing from bases is quite nice. That's definitely an improvement. This makes these tactics even more beneficial. They give us more bonuses when we choose attack aggressively or so on. This turns archers into light, which means you can make more light squads easier. Cheaper artifacts. We don't have any... I guess we could try to get actual artillery, like cannons. I never seem to rush the cannon ones, because they're all kind of pretty high up in tech. And a lot of the low-level tech stuff, like, I don't really like crossbowmen that much. And I don't think +5 armor makes much difference. I could be wrong, but I don't think it makes much difference. So getting all these +5 armors just doesn't really matter. Although some HP wouldn't hurt. Of all this stuff, honestly, I think the mage ones are still the best. And it's mostly just to get no charge ups for mages. It's just so much easier to use them once you get that. And then you can stun enemies before they get a turn. It's really nice. So then for now, we've got 8 points. We need to buy 3 of these. I'm kind of thinking we're gonna go with a couple more cav units. Cav seem really good. And then polearm grants bonus attack and defense versus melee to adjacent units. So just throwing one spearman in the middle gives your allies a bit of a boost if you want to mix. It's like that combined army. I should probably pick this up. I should have done that a while back. The easier charge attacks. And then more morale damage on a charge isn't bad either. Oh, I definitely want this. So, more morale within 3 squares of a town that will lead into healing near a town. That's good stuff. We got 3 points left. And we need 1 more tier 2 tech. Let's just get another artifact slot. Always nice to do artifacts. And now we can start, basically next level up, we can pick one of the tier 3s. But for now, let's pick, I already got that. I mean, mixed units tactics is kind of just free weapon power right now, even if we don't invest in it. Or we could just get a little bit of armor. Or show off crossbows. Crossbows are probably better if you're fighting heavy armor than just normal bows, but... Archers, man. Archers, I don't know. Let's get the mixed tactics. And before we wrap our episode up, if there's any really good mercenaries, this is a Valkyrie or whatever, or yeah, Valkyrie. Arcane Vigor. None of these traits are super impressive, so we don't have to, like, none of those 3 look all that amazing to me. So then it's just, you know, we can recruit level 5s. Militia. And, Lightning Affinity is for skill. It's good for getting our units the right skills. Or the right stats for level ups. Some of these traits I might pick up. I'll do more of the thinking about what to spend on in between episodes. But, like, plus magic is fine. Plus evade. I think these used to be a lot stronger in the original release. Like, double or triple the evasion in the original. Another Sunstone. Maybe we'll buy it this time. And... I don't think this is amazing. This means you want to give a Giant's Thresher... I mean, it's cheap. We'll buy it anyway. But you only really want to equip it if you're a small squad. So like a hero squad that just has like a couple units will deal more damage to enemies that are larger. And if you give this to one of your big squads with like 7 or 8 units, it actually does less damage. So this is a little bit of a double-edged sword kind of thing. Beacon's okay. We'll pick that up. Bowmanship's okay. Horses there. Look, spend some money. Enjoy. And then as far as the army organization is concerned, I'll show the future tubers the dragon promotion for Schminchkin. Booyah. So this unit is super strong right now. Anybody else ready for promotions? These guys? How many heavy cav is this unit going to have? Just all heavy cav? Maybe. Every time we turn these guys into heavy cav, they're... the capacity cost actually goes down because of Barnabas's specialty. So now we're pretty close to having room for another unit. So that's pretty good. Now, Barnabas is still really strong. As long as he's, like, way too strong in terms of stats, because he's level 20, he might as well be in the front row, because he'll take less damage than, like, level 9 characters. So, although they might do a bit less in the back as well. I'm not exactly sure how those work. But yeah, this is looking like a pretty good unit. I was thinking what I'll probably want to do is either give him I could temporarily give him the field kit that lets him regenerate, basically. But I might want to give him a mounted healer lady, because she would count, once she gets fully promoted anyway, she would count as a melee cav at maximum tier. I'm pretty sure I talked about this before, but if I look at class list, the Hospitaller, however you say that one, Hospitaller, they count as a healer. This is a support unit, right? But they promote into a Valkyrie, which can still heal. So you've still got some healing on the map and everything. But they count as heavy cavalry, so you get the capacity reduction cost for them, which is really quite nice. So, and they'll do 2 attacks or healing if necessary. They're not as focused a healer as like a regular ground healer. But I think that's a pretty good way to make a cool, thematically heavy cav unit. I'm going to be doing some squad management between episodes now, because now we've got quite a lot more units. Now that Sybil's back, we've got our mage group back. We've got our heavy cav. We've got our all archers, everyday archers. This unit's getting close to being able to afford another archer as well, or mixing it up if we wanted to mix it up. I think I'll bring one unit of just pure indirect fire, but I'm not a huge fan of these types of units generally. So I'm not sure I'd recommend this squad if you're playing along, but you know, once we get archers become light infantry, they can do ambushes, which might work. Maybe it'd be better with a defensive. I think mixed is generally better. That's my default. Like heavy armor in the front and magic and range in the back. It's probably stronger. But yeah, that's probably about it for this episode, I think. Ooh, we can already go to rank 3. I don't know if I wanted... This uses a lot of our mats. This would get him to the max. This is like a tier 3 advanced class. But I'm not sure I want to do that yet. We'll think about it. Anyway, that's where we are. I'll recap any changes. I'll probably do a couple arena battles because I just want more money. More money. There's no bazaar on the next map, but money, money, money. Alright, future tubers. That's all for this episode. Hopefully the technical difficulties aren't causing too much problem. And hopefully everything's rolling smooth and you're enjoying this series. So thanks for watching. Hope you've enjoyed and have a great day.